The John Morris Show, episode 99. In this episode, the real secret to success in web development.
The John Morris Show. Your life on code. Ladies and gentlemen, John Morris.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the John Morris Show, johnmorrisonline.com. In this episode, the real secret to success in web development. So if you've been around these here parts for any amount of time, you know I get my fair share of hate mail. And I like to point out certain ones when I think that there's a deeper lesson to be learned and something I can share with you. Well, here we go again. So I got this email the other day and it said, "Now I know why people hate you so much." Okay. When I pressed on why, this is what I got. "You're selfish and you think you are the best. Grow up, dude. Be nice with people and help them." Now, you couple that with the constant stream of emails I get that say things like, annoying, thanks for wasting my time, useless, you really suck, shut up, jerkhead. I think you have to conclude that I'm a pretty horrible guy, right? But what was my crime? Well, in this case, I had mentioned how I get a ton of emails on a daily basis of people demanding my help, demanding, and then dropping 100 lines of code in an email and saying, fix it. And it's quite literally that assuming. And then I tell those people no. And the whole point of the episode was telling you that you have to learn how to say no, because you'll run yourself ragged if you don't, and clients will walk all over you. But I guess that makes me selfish. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, it's not to make you feel sorry for me, despite what many of my haters like to assume. It's because I'm worried about where we're headed, both in general as a society and specifically us as a community of coders. So when I pointed out to our friend above, hey, people don't ask, they demand I help them for free. Then tell me I'm selfish when I say no. Meanwhile, I have 200 plus videos, hundreds of posts on my site, and thousands of lines of code out there available for free. So it seems to me that the selfish one is the one demanding help without any offer to help back. It's the one labeling everyone else selfish while literally doing nothing to help others themselves. To me, I think that's the selfish person. But I think all of this gets back to entitlement. And there seems to be, from my perspective, this growing sense of entitlement among society at large. But again, more importantly, for us, among our coders, or our community of coders specifically. I literally had a guy the other day on YouTube blast me about how all the software that I was using for one of the tutorials I was doing, PHP, HTML, CSS, etc., was free. So why would I charge for access to my source code? My answer? I have to eat, right? And when I pointed out to him that technically he would be writing code for a client or a boss or whoever that he will get paid for, what did I get? Crickets. Now, I think a lot of this comes from the open source movement. Not that the movement itself is responsible. It's a great thing, actually. But it does, as a side effect, create an environment where entitlement is easy, where you can be entitled and get away with it. But even the Free Software Foundation, which, as far as I'm aware, is one of the main organizations spearheading the open source movement, what they say when describing open source is that it's free as in speech or freedom, not as in beer. And they do that specifically to make the distinction that open source is about freedom, not necessarily about not paying for stuff. So, getting back to entitlement. Now, I know a lot of people like to talk about millennials and being entitled, yada, yada, yada. I don't really accept that kind of collective thinking. To me, individuals are individuals who make their own choices, and I think I'm technically a millennial myself, and I don't feel entitled. But that is actually my point today. for individuals, I think it's worth looking at your own thinking and examining if there's any of that there. Because as Zig Ziglar said, you can have everything in life that you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. And you'll be hard pressed to convince me that our little friend above has a helping mindset when it comes to his own actions. Chances are that's a standard that he only applies to other people. And that'll get you nowhere. Know this, the more you want, the more you'll have to step up and help others. And that is the real secret to winning at web development, at business, and at life. Now, if you'd like to help me out, consider becoming a supporting listener over on Patreon. You'll help me to continue to put out this info for you, and you'll also get a lot of cool perks like freelance templates, access to all of my source code, and exclusive courses that you can only get on Patreon. So if you'd like to learn more about that, you can head on over to johnmorrisonline.com/Patreon. All right, that'll wrap it up for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you like this episode, please like it so that I know that you like this kind of information. If you know somebody who could benefit from hearing this, I'd appreciate if you'd share it with them. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Thanks again for watching. We'll talk to you next time.